Hello everyone. Good evening or good afternoon wherever you're at. Najumu here, and we are once again, oops, sorry. we are once again back with TYRION CUTHBERT, attorney of the Arcane. So a little bit of a recap on what happened last time. We did clear the case. We managed to get Wallace out of jail, but we also got to learn that the reason why the let me say, what was her name again? I think I kind of forgot her name, but regardless, the reason why the murder happened was because the headmaster was manipulated by Eris, one of the students who was in the mage school. But it turns out that Eris is not what she seems. She's a lot more sinister than what we expected, and she might not be even human at all. So there definitely is going to be an overarching narrative that will let us see Eris one more time. Yeah, that is not the end of Eris. And or we'll probably get to know her real name eventually once we continue with the cases. But for now, we're going to start case 3, and I have no idea what we're going to expect in case 3, but from what we see here, it says the origins of Horus. So I have a good feeling that this is going to explain about what Tyrion's Eye of Horus is going to be all about. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, as usual, Rayquaza and Cred, welcome guys. We're doing great today. All right, so let's start episode 3, or rather case 3. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid I can't do that now. Suing wizards and other fantasy ilk. Yeah, pretty much. It's actually like modern fantasy. You know, there's like a lot of modern things, like people are wearing like modern fashion and whatnot, but there is a sense of fantasy in there. Like there are mages and there's magical arts such as necromancy, and there's even dragons in there. So it's kind of like a nice little fusion. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving. But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future. The origins of Horus. I bet you there's going to be a hag of some kind. Oh, well, maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see like a super old woman who shows up. Preposterous. Completely and utterly preposterous. Is something wrong, Lord Von Sanctus? You filthy rat! You cheated, didn't you? That's right. You're just a cheat and a charlatan. Lloyd Von Sanctus, occupation nobleman. Well, he doesn't look noble at all with that kind of face. Do you have any evidence to prove that ridiculous claim? I mastered chess before you could crawl out of whatever rat hole you came from. Do you honestly expect anyone to believe that you could defeat me? Honestly, just as disappointed as you are. I was expecting more of a challenge from the house from House Von Sanctus. But I suppose all the gold in the world can't buy you a modicum of skill. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, that's a good burn. You little upstart, I'll... Von Sanctus's acquaintance clears his throat and gestures suddenly to the crowd of spectators. Everyone's attention is on him. You can see the crowd muttering amongst themselves. His undignified behavior probably isn't doing any favors for his public image. Realizing himself, he tries to regain his composure. It's preposterous. He walks away, muttering the word preposterous under his breath a few more times. Damn, bro got cooked. He did. And From the looks of it, he deserves it. Sounds like he's trying to reassure himself more than anyone else. So, that was something. Yeah, I knew he'd get angry. I didn't expect him to make a scene like that. Well, you did insult him. Not to say that he didn't deserve it. Come on, I love seeing these conceited nobles lose their minds when I beat them. It's half of the fun of playing in these tournaments. Wow, where's this confidence when we're in the courthouse? Court cases are different. I have to deal with real-world elements during a trial, and that includes Prosecutor Steelwind. Prosecutor Steelwind, huh? I wonder if she plays chess. Now there's a thought. I wonder if she'd be willing to play against you sometime. She can't be any worse than those pampered nobles. Anyways, we should celebrate somewhere in town. Even if he was a pushover, he just beat one of the top-ranked chess players in the kingdom. To be honest, you had your reservations about returning to the city of Arcane. You weren't facing one of the 4 pillars, would have never came back here. I'd rather leave this city as soon as possible. I saw a cafe while we were walking around. Food smelled great. I'd really like to go there. Could always go to one of those cafes in the capital. There are plenty of places to choose from there. Trust me, I traveled around the world. There's nothing better than food from a thriving port city. Alright, suppose there's no harm in staying a little longer. She does have a point. The city streets seem livelier than when you last saw them. You see a lot of businesses that weren't here before. They all seem to be very well off. Despite being a port city, Arcane used to look like a ghost town. Has the local nobility been investing in the city? You find that possibility very hard to believe. You arrive at the cafe that Celeste told you about. As you enter, you're struck by a powerful aroma of freshly baked pastries and coffee. The scent of the baked goods swirls around you. Take a moment to inhale the enticing smells. You have to admit that it's making you very hungry. So, you seek to enter the domain of the Deathbringer songstress. Well, if glory is what you seek, then look no further. For you stand before Mosorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Arcane. Oh boy, we got our Chunibyo character in here, folks. As you head further into the cafe, you are approached by a familiar face. Mosorika Tudor, occupation merchant. Oh, she's a merchant. I thought she was going to be a wizard or something. Rika, is that you? Ha! It appears my reputation precedes me. How good of you to... Wait, you're... Tyrion? You're back! Hi. You... Why didn't you tell anyone that you were back in town? Do you have any idea how worried we've all been? Do you two know each other? Right. Celeste, this is Mosorika Tudor. I was friends with her when I lived here many years ago. Wait, you used to live here? Yeah. Arcane is actually the town I grew up in. Oh, okay. Kind of explains why he doesn't want to stay there. What? But you were in such a hurry to leave before. Came here to eat, right? If you're still hungry, I can bring you some of our best dishes on the house. No, it couldn't possibly. Come on, don't be like that. It's been years since I've seen you. You know how good my food is. Okay, but only for a little while. Rika sets a table for the three of you and calls over a waiter. All place your orders. Now, tell me everything. I want to know all about what you've been doing since you left. Alright, let's talk. Let's talk about Celeste. So, are you going to introduce us? Right. This is Celeste McCoy. She's my bodyguard. Bodyguard? And Celeste, this is... Ha! As if I need such introductions. I am Musorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Oranax, High Archmagi of the Cadimium Flames, and the proud proprietor of this cafe. Oh, okay. I was friends with her when I used to live here. She's a little eccentric. She's a good person at heart. Hey! She's also a common folk mage like you. Ah, so you come from the same humble beginnings that I do. Which spells have you mastered? I haven't really mastered any of them. I know about 7 spells. 7? That's almost 4 times the amount that I know. She's learned even more spells? She's been picking them up rather quickly. And Celeste seems like a prodigy. I've been usurped. Alright, let's talk about Tyrion himself. Look at you, Mr. Big Shot. You're wearing a suit now. You even have a bodyguard. Did you get an office job in the big city? Something like that. I'm actually a defense attorney now. Defense attorney? I see. Is that why you left town with that scary lady? Scary lady? Are you talking about Ruby? Miss Tamora adopted me when my mother passed several years ago. After that, she began training me to become an attorney like her. Wait, you've been studying to be an attorney since you were a kid? Well, yes, that explains why you're so young for a lawyer, said the 19-year-old mercenary. Oh, he got you there. Yeah, I guess you've got me there. Let's talk about the cafe. Are you the owner of this cafe, Rika? You always spoke about opening one when we were kids. Yep, and it's all thanks to the Drakugen Trading Company. Sorry. Company's owner invested in my business idea after trying my food. Because of him, I was able to open up here, just like I've always dreamed. Drakugen Trading Company? Don't think I've heard of them. They're pretty small right now, and they're only operating in Oranax. But I hear that they're planning to expand their operations throughout Wyverngard. But I would have thought that Lord Von Sanctus would have weeded out any competition. After all, he owns one of the largest businesses in the kingdom. Lord Von Sanctus? Isn't he that pompous noble that I beat in the chess tournament this morning? Wait, that was you? I didn't even know he was a businessman. Von Sanctus Industries invented those arcane constructs that we saw at the Imperial Academy. How do you not know about these things? You practically fight against nobles for a living. Maybe you should start reading more about national politics. Anything else? Yeah, Oranax City. Is it just me, or does the city look less depressing than before? Oh, right. You left the city before the new merchants appeared. New merchants? Like from a merchant guild? Yeah, the Drakugen Trading Company was one of the first ones. They started operating here and brought the Arcane Refinery a few years ago. After that, merchants from all over Wyverngard started coming here. Well, being based in a port city would definitely give them an edge. And their presence has really helped the city's economy. They aren't owned by the nobility, and they pay their employees a lot more than Von Sanctus does. It's really improved the quality of life for the people here. I doubt Von Sanctus appreciates the competition though. There's even talk about forming employee-run unions. Ooh, they even got unions in here. Well, more power to you guys. Oh, Von Sanctus definitely won't accept that. Let's talk about the chess tournament. So, you still play chess? Yeah, I'm nationally ranked too. I heard that an upstart commoner defeated Lord Von Sanctus at the tournament this morning. I had no idea that they were talking about you. Upstart commoner? The name suits you, Tyrion. Hey, do you still do that thing when you play? No. What thing? Nothing. She's not talking about anything. Wait, you're actually embarrassed about it? When we were kids, you did it even more than I did. What? What did you used to do? Don't you show her, Tyrion? I'd rather not. Come on, show us, Tyrion. Okay. The thing. Oh boy, this is gonna be pretty funny. I think I'm a little too old for this. You're never too old to tap into your inner Chuny. It literally says Chuny, and it's written with a capital letter. Do it, Tyrion. Yeah, do it. The two of them begin chanting, trying to pressure you. It draws the attention of the other patrons in the cafe. They don't seem to care about the confused looks that they're getting. It seems that you don't have a choice. You take in a deep breath. Those who stand in the shadows, those who fear the light of divinity, your Imperials will fall, and your armies will perish. Kneel and cower before the divine gaze of the Eye of Horus. Oh man, that is actually pretty Chuny as hell. I'll give it 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 Chuny points. They're trying their hard to contain their laughter. Well, that's why I don't do it anymore. No, that was great. It was really cool, Tyrion. Her poorly contained laughs are coming out between each word. And why are you laughing? You were just doing it a moment ago. Yeah, but she owns it. Used to say something else before, too. I won't let anyone stand in my way, even if they're man, king, or god. Yeah, that's it. He still says that sometimes. Oh, looks like our order is here. A waiter brings in the lunch special for each of you. The enticing aroma of the meals make you salivate a little. Gladly devour the meal. This cooking is just as delicious as you remember. You spend some more time catching up with her while you finish your meal. As their conversation continues, you and Celeste regale her with stories of your past court cases. No, really? Yep. It turned out that it was the headmaster the entire time. Wow, I would have never figured that out. How did you know, Tyrion? Maybe he saw it with his Eye of Horus. You nearly choke on your drink before you realize what she's actually referring to. But wow, I can't believe it. I never thought court cases could be that dramatic. Well, in the world of video games, yeah, it does. In real life, though, it's a little different. Finish your meal as you continue to tell Rika more about your cases. It's nice being able to talk with her again. You tried so hard to leave everything behind after what happened. But you're happy that she seems to be doing well. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, Rika. But I think it's time for us to get going. What? But we just got here. It's okay. I'm sure you're pretty busy nowadays. I won't keep you any longer. but be sure to write, okay? Don't just go and disappear like last time. Yeah, I'll stay in touch. You better. You exit the cafe and make your way to the local merchants guild to rent a carriage. City streets seem a bit more crowded than usual. It's a little difficult to make your way through them. Hey, Tyrion? Yeah? Celeste is fidgeting with her hands. She looks like she wants to say something. Every time she starts to speak, she quickly stops herself. This happens a few more times before she seems to give up. Never mind. It's nothing. Okay. You both continue to walk silently as you make your way to the Merchants Guild. As you make your way there, the streets become more and more crowded. You hope the traffic won't interfere with the ride home. Hi, could we rent a carriage for travel to Ratholm? Oh, it's this guy again. Or I guess they're using a generic CG for the merchants. Sorry, but travel outside of the city is temporarily closed. What? Why? Haven't you heard? The Knights of the Kingsguard have locked down the city. They set up a blockade and everything. Check the city gates if you don't believe me. Uh-oh, seems like a murder is afoot. As you arrive at the city gates, you see the blockade that the merchant was talking about. A crowd of disgruntled townsfolk are angrily shouting at the knights stationed there. This is outrageous. How do you plan on keeping us here? Sorry, but we have our orders. We can't let anyone outside of the city until our investigation is complete. There's an investigation? Something happened? Can you at least tell us what's going on? Why is the entire city being blockaded? Sorry, sir. We're not allowed to release that information. You'll just have to make other arrangements while we sort this out. Actually, I haven't seen you two around before. I need to take down your names and occupations for our records. What? Why? It's fine, Celeste. Better off just cooperating with them. It's an invasion of privacy, but you'd rather not resist orders from the Kingsguard. I'm TYRION CUTHBERT, I'm a defense attorney. Fine. I'm Celeste McCoy, bodyguard. Thanks. You look over to the other Kingsguard. They seem to be taking notes of the people here too. Must be making a list of everyone inside the city. What reason? Arenax blockade has been added to your notes. A blockade has been created around the city of Arenax. Blockade is preventing anyone from leaving or entering the city. The Kingsguard have taken careful note of everyone that is currently contained within the blockade. Oh, I have an important engagement tomorrow. What am I supposed to do now? This can't possibly be legal. The townsfolk continue shouting at the knights, but it's clear they won't be budging anytime soon. What do we do now? You notice that it's starting to get late. Don't know how long the city will be blockaded. We should find a place to stay overnight, just in case. You walk into a nearby tavern and see it absolutely crowded with patrons. Looks like everyone here had the same idea. Hey, welcome to the Aguwine Tavern. What can I do for you? Could we get 2 rooms for the night? Sorry, I can't even spare 1 room. I'm completely full with the blockade and all. Wait, let me take care of this. Celeste takes out a large pouch of gold and plops it on the innkeeper's desk. Well, would you look at that? One of our rooms just opened up. Only one? Hey, the entire city's locked down. Even with your gold, that's the best I can do for you. What? Embarrassed to share a room with me, Tyrion? No, it's just... You realize that she's teasing you like she usually does. Best not to give it any mind. Well, it's better than nothing. So, how should we... Oh, I was just kidding before. Get out the bed. I'll just sleep on the floor. What? I can't just let you... Please. We may be both commoners, but you live a cushy life in the city. I'm a mercenary. I lived on the road for years. I sleep like this all the time. Just got you there. Alright. Tell me if you change your mind. Yeah. Damn, she is hardened after all these travels. Hey, I didn't see you there. I was just walked past him. What? Hey, watch it! Quit shoving me! Wait, whoa! Holy crap! Pull me up! I can't hold on for much longer. You idiot! What are you doing? What? Grab his arm and pull him up. Ah! My hand! What the hell are you doing? Grip is too tight. Stop that. Ah! Wait, I can still... No. What happened? I should have been able to. By the scale lord, he fell in. No, I can use this. That's right. I can still make this look like it was all his fault. Yes, let's save. You find yourself falling into a nightmare. Tyrion, I'm so sorry. Can't believe they made you watch. You okay? Right. Of course not. Are you going to keep fighting them? Your voice is quiet. The question barely comes out as a whisper. What? Are you going to keep fighting the nobility? I don't know if I can anymore. Today they showed me what they are truly capable of. I was naive. I thought that the truth would prevail, but I'm only one person. I can't do this alone anymore. So you're just going to give up? You're the only one who will fight against them. You're just going to give up then. Was my mother's death truly pointless? I'm sorry. Teach me how to be like you. What? You said that you can't do this alone anymore, right? So, teach me how to be a defense attorney. I can help you. We can fight them together. Tyrion, you're just a child. I can't just... Miss Tamora, please. I don't have anything left. Please just take me away from here. You clutch your hand tightly, feeling the fading warmth of the final message that your mother left. It's the last comforting memory you'll have of her. It's a memory that you'll never experience again. So that was the text that we got at the beginning of the chapter. Okay. Mom. You're startled awake. After some confusion, you realize that it was all a dream. You didn't have any trouble falling asleep. Your slumber was less than restful. It's been a while since you remembered that day. It's all the more reason to leave this city as soon as possible. Celeste, are you up? Huh? Celeste was wistfully staring out of the window, watching the rain. Her head whips towards you and she realizes that you're awake. You okay? What's wrong? Nothing. It's nothing. She doesn't seem to be keen on sharing. It'd be best not to pry. Anyways, do you know if the city is still under lockdown? I haven't checked yet. I was waiting for you to wake up. go outside and check the city gates. Blockade still hasn't disappeared. That looks like it's been fortified with even more knights. Looks like we can't leave yet. They've even doubled down on the guards. What's going on here? Tyrion! You spot Rika in the distance as she calls out to you. As soon as she sees you, she breaks into a full sprint towards you. She looks exhausted. She been looking for you in the rain? Tyrion! It's terrible! There was an accident at the Arcane refinery last night. One of my friends who worked there, he fell into a vat of chemicals. He's dead. Oh, Rika, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, Lord Van Sanctus is blaming the Dracogen Trading Company. He's trying to charge the owner with criminal negligence. As a lord of this region, Von Sanctus would have a lot of leverage in a legal battle like this. He must be using this opportunity to oust Dracogen from his territory. Tyrion, you're a lawyer, aren't you? Can you help them? I don't think I can. What? But... Rika, I specialize in homicide cases. Now, most of my clients are mages who've been charged with murder. I've never even tried a case like this before. There isn't any magic involved, and there's no killer. Don't worry, I'm sure the Dracogen Trading Company knows plenty of qualified attorneys who can help. Not so sure about that. Think about it. Lord from one of the 4 pillar families is pressing those charges. Do you honestly think anyone else will try to fight them on this? He has a point. Not many attorneys will go against the nobility under any circumstances. Only ones who will do that are you and Miss Tamora. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Really? But please don't get your hopes up. I have very little information to work with right now. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really out of my element. That's okay. I'm sure Mr. Dracogen will take any help that he can get. Mr. Dracogen? He's the owner of the Dracogen Trading Company. He should be at the old Arcane refinery right now. Must be the scene of the accident, too. It would probably be best to start your investigation there. I've been away from the shop for too long, so I can't come with you. But drop by the cafe if there's anything I can do to help. Alright, let's go to the refinery. You follow Rika's directions and move towards the city's industrial district. It reminds you of your childhood, back when you couldn't control the Eye of Horus. You always avoided this part of the city. It was always covered with an overwhelming fog of misery and fatigue. However, you feel less of that now. Is it because you have more control over your powers? Or has something else changed? Alright, we're here. You arrive at the refinery and see that there aren't any people around. The few people you do see appear to be from the city watch. Operations must have been halted after the accident. Wow, so this is an Arcane refinery. I always saw this place as a child, but I never really understood what they do here. Those machines refine the arcane crystals that are used in artificery. Those crystals are used as a power source for conducting magical energy. Look around and spot an especially frustrated individual. He seems to stand out from the knights and cleaning staff. Could he be the guildmaster Rika spoke of? He takes notice of you as you head further into the refinery. Hello there. You must be the attorney that Miss Tudor spoke about. And I take it that you're the guildmaster of the Dracogen Trading Company? Yes, my name is Stefanik Dracogen. I'm pleased to meet your acquaintance. Guildmaster. I really appreciate you lending your aid in this matter. I already told Rika this. but I never tried a civil case before. Would need to learn about what happened before I can decide whether or not I can represent you. Honestly, not sure how much a help I can be. Well, there isn't a single attorney in Arnex that will represent me, so I'll accept whatever help I can get. Celeste was right. All the attorneys are too afraid to stand against Lord Von Sanctus. Where should we start, though? This case is probably different from the homicides that we're used to. Homicide or not, the case revolves around the wrongful death. If I did represent Dracogen, I would need to prove that he wasn't at fault for the accident. To do that, we should start by finding out exactly how and why the accident occurred. We should also question the witnesses who saw the victim when it happened. It wouldn't hurt to take a look at the scene of the accident either. The Guildmaster would have a lot of knowledge about the refinery's operations. Questioning him might also give you some insight into what happened. Now let's talk to him. Let's talk about the accident. To start, could you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, it all began during the work rush yesterday evening. One of my employees fell from the walkway into a vat of magical chemicals. Those chemicals contain extremely volatile and destructive evocation magic. Because of that, he unfortunately died before we could have pulled him out.
I see. All that sounds like an unfortunate accident. Why is Lord Von Sanctus blaming you for what happened?
There are guardrails on the walkways to prevent people from falling. Supposedly, those guardrails broke apart when the employee tried to lean against it. According to Von Sanctus, the accident was a direct result of my negligence to maintain the refinery. But my employees have taken great care to inspect and maintain its facilities. No idea how this happened.
Is he telling the truth? This could all be lip service. The only way to know for sure is to inspect the walkway yourself. Alright, we're going to do that, but we're going to talk a little bit more. Earlier, you said that the victim was an employee of yours. Could you tell us more about them?
Yes. I hired him just a few months ago. It's a shame what happened to him.
He was a young man named Justin Way. Is he a good employee?
He's a hard worker, but a bit rough around the edges when he first started. Before working for me, I heard that he always spent his time with the local delinquents. Miss Tudor practically begged me to hire him. She told me that she wanted to turn his life around.
That does sound like something Rika would do. She always has a habit of getting involved in her friend's personal business.
Okay. When you live a life like Justin's, it helps when you have something to give you some structure and direction. So I decided to give the boy a chance by hiring him. He was clearly a hard worker. He did well to earn his keep. He always followed the rules, too. So I have no idea why he was up in that walkway.
Wait, he wasn't supposed to be on that walkway? Earlier you mentioned Justin wasn't supposed to be on the walkway. What did you mean by that?
Well, Justin worked in an entirely different department. He was part of a team that managed packaging and freight. He had no business being inside the refinery building, much less the upper walkway.
That's strange, to say the least. Was he the type of person to wander around places that he's not supposed to?
No. Like I said before, he always followed my rules. It all just makes the whole situation that much more confusing.
Okay, so Justin was pretty much a good worker, so I wonder if he was managed. No. I wonder if he got killed because of someone being jealous of him being like a really good, a really excellent model employee. And witnesses. Was there anyone around when the accident occurred? Did anyone see Justin fall?
There were many employees here at the time, but there were only a handful of witnesses who actually saw Justin fall from the walkway. Who were these witnesses? If I remember correctly, Miss Tudor was the one who saw him fall. Wait, Rika was there when it happened? Yes, she witnessed the accident outside the harbor master. Morris. Oh, you're acquainted with him? I am. Morrison was close friends with your mother when you were a child. After you left Oranax, you went out of your way to cut contact with everyone from your past. But what were all of these people doing there here in the first place? Rika's the cafe owner, and Morrison is the harbor master. I'm a little confused, I'm a little concerned about that myself. I'm still unsure about Miss Tudor, but the harbor master was accompanied by a nobleman of some sort. Nobleman? I'm not privy to the specifics. Apparently, that nobleman had the legal authority to go wherever he wanted to. Want to ask Morrison more about that. It will be awkward to speak with him after all these years. Anything else? We can examine. It's a vat filled with chemicals I can't quite identify. According to Celeste, these chemicals are used to refine and create arcane crystals. Okay. Stairs? These metal stairs lead up to the walkway above. You can get a better look at the walkway by moving there. Ooh, okay. Is there anything else I can check? Let's detect magic. What was this? There are traces of transmutation magic on these parts of the vat. Honestly, not quite sure how these vats even work. Perhaps transmutation magic is used in the refinement process somehow. Okay, what about this? There are traces of transmutation magic on this power box. It's an artificial device, so that's not too out of the ordinary. Oh, I spoke it in a Celeste accent. Yeah, I always mix the things up. I'm too excited to like speak in Celeste's Scottish accent. Those accents are fun. Even though like when you listen to the voice clip that she has, she is clearly speaking in an American accent. Yeah. When you look at her adopted father and when you look at her name, yeah, that definitely needs to be a person with a Scottish accent. All right, let's move. Okay, let's go to the walkway. Damn, why does this kind of remind me of the exact same factory scene in Batman the Animated Series where the Joker and Batman fought for the first time in the series. And there's this vat of like ooze that probably was the original ooze that turned that made the Joker what he is, or what we know of today. Let's examine. Tyrion, do you need me to scan for magical traces? Well, there aren't any magical elements in this case, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check. Alright. Let's do it.
Arcanum.
Oh! There are traces of evocation magic on the chemicals in these vats. That makes sense. Evocation is a school of magic for spells that create and disperse energy. These chemicals probably induce some sort of magical reaction to create arcane crystals. What about this? Oh, we already read that. What about this? Oh. What? What's wrong? There are traces of transmutation all over the guardrails. Transmutation? Do you see any of those traces? Do you see those traces anywhere else on the walkway? No, it's only this area. Oh, something sus is afoot here, folks. Transmutation is the school of magic that changes the properties of physical objects. Usually, mages use transmutation spells to strengthen and repair objects. How did the transmutation spell affect the guardrail? Someone used a spell to change the physical properties of the guardrails. Judging by the current state of the rails, you can only conclude on one thing. The spell weakened the corrosiveness of the guardrails. Is that right? No, we found traces of transmutation magic on the walkway. Transmutation spells always change the physical properties of objects. Guardrails broke when Justin put his weight on them. So what did this transmutation spell do to the guardrails before Justin fell? Okay. The spell weakened the structural integrity? Is that it?
Oh, there we go. We got it.
We got it. Right. Someone used a transmutation spell to weaken the guardrails. Afterwards, the guardrails were so weak that Justin accidentally broke them. And only these guardrails were weakened. The sabotaged rails are right next to this vat of corrosive chemicals too. What was the intention of weakening the guardrails? There was a clear intention behind the actions of this unknown mage. Judging by what happened, that intention can only be one thing. The unknown mage wanted someone to fall into the vat. Is that right? There we go. Whoever sabotaged the guardrail wanted someone to fall into the vat. Why else would they only target those specific guardrails? But why? Who would do this? You can feel your fist clenching tightly. Someone committed murder using magic here. And whoever did this had the gall to try to cover it up. Tyrion? Don't forgive whoever did this. You're through with them. You will make them feel a fraction of the misery that your mother... Tyrion! What? Are you okay? Right. Sorry. Anyways, if it weren't for your detect magic, everyone would have written this off as an accident. Magical traces are only detectable for 48 hours after a mage casts the spell. That means that whoever cast the transmutation spell did so recently. Right. Okay. Is there anything else we can examine? It's a vat of dangerous magical chemicals. Supposedly, they're corrosive enough to dissolve anyone unfortunate to fall into it. Celeste is watching you carefully. Can be a little overprotective at times. But Celeste is precious. Looks like the guardrails completely broke apart. The rails are completely rusted too. Was Drock again lying about properly maintaining the site? Anything else? Alright, let's move back. Let's see. Let's check the harbor, I suppose. Alright, let's see what's going on here. You arrive at the harbor and search for Morrison, the harbor master. However, you notice a large concentration of knights in the shipping area. Notably, the Arcane Inquisition is among them. You spot Commander White and Prosecutor Steelwind coordinating the knights there. Wonder what those two are doing here. Knights at the blockade said that they were investigating something. There must be magic involved if the Inquisition is here. Do you think this has anything to do with what happened to Justin? I doubt it. Didn't see any Inquisition knights at the refinery. It must just be a coincidence. You're probably right. But I'm kind of curious what the Inquisition is investigating. It has nothing to do with our case. It'd be best to leave them to their business. Alright. Oi, you there! You best clear out. The knights have closed the harbor. Arson? Huh? Why know you? Wait, Cuthbert, is that you? Noah Morrison, Occupation Harbor Master. Hi. I heard from the little Mosurika that you were back in town. What can I do for you? Heard that you were at the refinery yesterday. From what we've heard, you witnessed the accident. We wanted to ask you some questions about what you saw. Oh, right. Mosurika mentioned that you're an attorney now. What? Just hope you're still not hanging over that business with your mother. Sorry, I guess it's none of my business. Anyways, I'll tell you what I know. Okay, let's give him a bit of a talk. What did you see? Rakugan told us that you witnessed the accident. Hey, it was a horrible thing what happened. No one deserved what happened to that poor lad. Could you tell us what you saw? Yeah, well, I was showing a patron around town. For some reason, he really wanted to take a look at the refinery. Something about checking out the local art of fishery. You must mean artificiary. That's a pretty good pun. That's a pretty good pun, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, he was looking at the machinery. And suddenly, Mosurika came running towards us. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway, and we saw the horrible sight. We saw someone fall into the vat. But by the time we could get them and to stop the mad machines, it was too late. Matches up with what you know so far. But what was Rika even doing there? She should have been running in the cafe at the time of the accident. Alright, let's see what else. Could you tell us how Justin fell off of the walkway? Is it because the guardrail broke under his weight? Yeah, he did. But it was a little strange. That guardrail was made out of metal, yeah? But the way it broke, you would have thought that it was made out of cardboard. He barely leaned on it, and it just broke apart. Even if a poor maintained guardrail shouldn't have been broken that easily. Oh, Lindsay! Hello! Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Did someone really use transmutation magic to sabotage it? If so, that possibility could clear Drakugan's name. Presenting the possibility of magical crime might just complicate things. Your patron. You mentioned that you were escorting a patron when the accident happened. Who was he? You witnessed the accident too? Aye, he was right there with me when Rika was trying to get our attention. It'd be hard to miss it with the promotion she was making. As for who he was, he said his name was Aster. Aster? Don't know anyone by that name. Why does that name sound familiar? Do you know what his survey name was? No. No, the lad was really secretive with his last name for some reason. Must have had a recognizable name. Is he noble from a well-known house? Alright, let's do a little more talky talk. The blockade. Why were you escorting this Aster in the first place? Don't you have to manage the harbor? Well, I can't really manage anything because of them. He gestures towards the Inquisition knights crowding the pier. They blocked all sea travel out of the city till this mess is sorted out. They have a lot of knights investigating the harbor. Do you know what they're looking for? Wow. Well, you did hear this from me. But according to them, Aster's ship just up and vanished in the day of night. Vanished? As in someone hijacked it? From what I've heard, one of the guards could have sworn that they saw it vanish in a flash of light. Flash of light, like something created by a spell. What kind of ship was that? Do you know how big it was? Furthermore, from the size of it, I'd say it was probably a galleon. Galleon? For a spell of that case? For a spell of that scale? You would have to be pretty powerful to affect a ship that size. Stop by Aster. I wonder who this Aster person is. He must be high profile if they're calling in the Kingsguard and the Inquisition for. He must be high priority, even if they're calling it Soge or something like that. He must be high profile if they're calling in the Kingsguard and the Inquisition for him. All over a missing ship too. You spent some time with him. Am I correct, Morrison? Did he tell you where he was staying? If I remember right, he was staying at the local inn near the town square. Wait, that's the tavern that we were staying at. If he's this high profile, is he staying at an inn for commoners? No idea. He's just an eccentric one for sure. And if he's a noble, there's a chance that he's the mage that sabotaged the guardrail. Wait, hold up. Alright, let's see. Where did we not go? Maybe here? Morrison said that Aster is staying in one of the rooms at this tavern. But which room is it? We could always check on each. We could always just check each room. That might irritate the patrons, though. And if Aster doesn't want to be found, we might alert him if we annoy too many people. I guess you're right. The family owns a tavern, right? If you had to put a VIP somewhere, which room would you choose? I guess it would probably be the one at the end of the hallway. That's the one I use at my family's tavern. Can we detect magic?
Arcanum.
Nope, nothing. Alright, let's go back. Now, let's move to... Alright, let's go. Now, we can't talk to him. Or maybe we can present them the sunglasses, right? No spells here. Alright. Now, where should we go? Nope. Yeah, let's go to the harbor. Need to think a little bit. Don't see Rika anywhere, though. She must be preoccupied. Perhaps you should check in when the restaurant is less busy. Alright, so we can't do that here. Can we go to the town square? Alright, let's see what else we can do. Can we examine here? It's just generic stuff, I suppose. It's a statue of some kind of daredevil? This is Ferdinand Dumont, a famous stunt performer and physicist. I heard he used to run shows here several decades ago. He'd always jump over large obstacles or crevices in some kind of wheeled vehicle. I heard he even tried creating flying machines near the end of his career. Oh! Okay, so they don't even have planes here. Yeah, it's kind of like I said before. This is like an amalgamation of like
old fantasy and with a bit of touch of modern things.
Bert even tried creating flying machines near the end of his career. Flying machines? Yeah, I heard he didn't even use magic to make them fly. It's a shame that Kingdom hasn't tried to develop his research further.
Let's see. What about this? Oh, did I misclick? Yeah, I think I did.
There was another one that is available.
Arcanum.
Nope, nothing there. Alright. What are we gonna do now? Let's talk about the investigation. Whoever this Aster is, they're the only mage who was at the refinery. Other than Mosurita. You're not seriously suspecting Rika, are you? I don't know, Tyrion. After that mess with Redmond, I'm not trusting anyone in these cases anymore. That's fair. It's best to objectively examine every possibility. Where should we go next? Morrison mentioned that he was with someone named Aster when he witnessed the accident. Whoever this Aster is, he might have seen something that Morrison missed. More importantly, you need to find out if he's a mage or not. If he is, then he's your prime suspect for sabotaging the rails. Aster is supposedly staying at the same tavern that we stayed at last night. He might be still there. Let's see. Okay, so we checked here. We checked here. Did we not check here? Let's see. Let's examine.
Arcanum.
Nope. Can I actually examine? It's a modest ship. It's probably used by local businesses to transport goods by sea. Can't help but feel nostalgic seeing these ships. I used to travel by sea all the time when I was traveling around the world. It was probably my favorite part. Alright. I'd like to try riding. I'd like to try riding one day. Are you sure? You get motion sick pretty easily. Sailing on a ship might kill you. She has a good point there. Examine. A row of houses line the edge of the harbor. When I was a kid, I always dreamed of saving enough gold to buy my own house on the harbor front. Well, you have many jobs as an attorney now. You can always move back there. No, if possible, I never want to return to the city again. Yeah, we can't do anything here. Is there anything we can talk? Can we present something? Alright, we already saw that. Okay, we're in the square. Can I actually move here again? Is there anything else we can ask? No, it doesn't seem like it. Alright, let's go to the tavern, see what's going on here. Yeah, I already checked all of them. Alright.
there anything we can examine here? Nope. Definitely missing something. Several businesses have opened up since last time I came here. They all seem to be pretty busy. The blockade is preventing people from leaving the city. The local shops will probably be getting a lot more business until the King's Guard lets us out. Okay, that should be all of them. Anything new we can examine? Oh, we already read that. Okay. Okay. What else did we not check? There are several crates containing all kinds of goods. They must be merchandise of the local businesses. Alright. That's it. Okay. That's fine. Alright, let's see. What else? What else? We detect magic?
Arcanum.
Nope. Alright, let's move. Move again. The table that we were sitting at seems relatively new. Rika apparently had them custom made by the local carpenter. Alright, that's pretty cool. Rika seems to have decorated the entire cafe with several plants and flowers. Greens add a fresh and rustic ambience to the restaurant. Those are some barrels stacked in the corner here. Nope, nothing here.
Arcanum.
Nope, nothing here. So, is it just me, or does this hallway look similar to the ones in your family's tavern? Well, most taverns have used the same architecture, so I don't think it's that strange. No, but it looks exactly like the McCoy Tavern. It's uncanny. It's as if whoever made this tavern decided to reuse the same design. Hey, making it unique designs is difficult, Tyrion, and it costs money. Do you really think developers should be spending resources on a location that you'll only see once? I don't know. It just seems kind of lazy. Well, if it bothers you so much, why don't you pay for the assets required to make a new one? Decided to drop the matter. That's some cute fourth wall breaking right there. Alright, what is this? According to Celeste's intuition, the innkeeper would have probably given Aster this room.
You approach the door and firmly knock on it. Hello? Someone does come to answer to the door, but they only open the door a fraction the way. The crack in the door is less than an inch wide. You can't get a look at the person's face. I'm terribly sorry, but if your business isn't urgent, I'd like to be left alone. Sorry if I'm intruding. Are you Aster? My name is TYRION CUTHBERT, the defense attorney of Stefanik Drakugan. From what I've heard, you witnessed the accident at the refinery yesterday. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about what you saw. Upon hearing your name, the man opens the door, and you're finally able to get a good look at him. He definitely stands out from the other patrons of the inn. He must be wealthy. He must be the wealthy patron that you're looking for. TYRION CUTHBERT, the protege of the infamous Ruby Tamora. So, you know who I am? I do. I know you very well. I'm your biggest fan! What? I can't believe it! The infamous TYRION CUTHBERT is standing right in front of my tavern room! What? I've read all about your feats, Mr. Cuthbert. You successfully indicted the head of House Pierce. You didn't think twice about confronting the inheritor of House Frega. And you even defeated Lord Van Sanctus in the chess tournament yesterday. I'm so lost right now. And you must be Celeste McCoy, Tyrion's first client and the Crimson Demon of the Eastern Kingdoms. How did you find out about that name? Crimson what? Ugh, don't ask. Anyways, if you are Aster, does that mean that you witnessed the accident with the harbor master yesterday? Yes, I did. Are you going to interrogate me about what I saw? I'll answer whatever questions you have. Never met a witness that has been this eager to cooperate. Hopefully, this means that he won't hide any details about what he saw. Okay, that's it. All right. Certainly an interesting person. Well, now we can talk to him. You clearly know who I am, but I'm still unsure of who you are, Aster. Ah, my apologies, but I would prefer to keep my full identity hidden for now. He's within his right to do so. He can't help but feel a little suspicious. In any case, what's your business here in Aranax? I was accompanying a ship transporting goods to Lord Van Sanctus. The same ship that was magically stolen? I'm surprised you found out about that. The King's Guard have been trying their best to keep the information hidden. I suppose I shouldn't expect anything less from you, Mr. Cuthbert. Flattery will get him nowhere. What was on that ship? Must be pretty valuable to be worth stealing. Ah, I doubt that there was anything on that ship worth drawing the ire of the entire kingdom. Truth is, during the time that my ship was stolen, I was supposed to be on it. I see. Theft of the ship might have actually been an attempt to kidnap you. That's my current theory, anyway. Would make sense otherwise. It's awfully calm about this. Oh, no. Back. The accent. According to Mr. Morrison... Excuse me. According to Morrison, you were also in the refinery that night. Did you witness the moment the victim fell into the vat?
I did.
Could you tell us exactly what you saw? Every detail you can remember could be important.
Well, it all began when I was visiting the refinery with the harbor master. I was inspecting the refinery's machines when a girl frantically ran towards us. She was hysterical. Looks like she's trying to tell us something. But we couldn't hear her over the noise of the machines. When she realized that we couldn't hear her, she simply pointed at the walkway. That's when we saw Justin Wade fall off and into the vat. His next question is very important. Did you see the victim break the guardrail by leaning on it?
Yes, he broke the guard. Yes, he broke the guardrail before he fell. His testimony matches exactly with what Morrison saw. Alright. The way he felt was very strange, though.
Strange?
What do you mean by that?
Ooh.
The way he felt. You mentioned the way that the victim fell was strange. Do you feel like the guardrail broke too easily?
Why, yes. How did you know?
It matches with the statement that the harbor master gave us. You don't want to reveal the traces of transmutation that you found on the walkway, at least not yet. But yes, guardrail broke the moment on the moment that Justin leaned on it. And his body was extremely limp while falling too. His body was limp? Normally, when falling from a great height, one would flail their arms, yes? He wasn't moving? Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Wait. You didn't actually see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been? No one else has been reported missing. They also found the remnants of Justin's body in the... It was definitely him that fell. It's true. You don't have much reason to believe that Justin might still be alive. Are you a mage?
Hold on, let me just stretch for a little bit, guys. It's been quite a long day, as usual.
Alright, let's continue. There are traces of transmutation magic at the crime scene, and it appears that Aster is quite a high-profile individual. He's probably a mage, and aside from Rika, he was probably the only other mage at the refinery that night. To ask him outright, might be able to see something incriminating through the Eye of Horus. Aster
We'll respect your privacy if you don't want to tell us who you are. Could you at least answer one question for me? Are you a mage? Oh, is that all? Yes, I am a mage. And I'm quite the practiced one at that. You see, Celeste cast detect magic to look at the scene of the accident. We found tracks of transmutation magic spells at the crime scene, namely on the guardrails that Justin fell through. Oh, what? I can't believe it! What? Are you telling me that a mage used transmutation magic to weaken the rails? It's conspiracy. Wait, does that mean this actually was a murder? Made it look like an accident? It's like something reading out the reports. It's like something out of the reports I read about him. Who's him? You don't see anything incriminating, and you can see his thoughts clearly. His feelings of happiness are a bit off-putting, though. And you asked me if I was a mage. Does that mean that I'm a potential suspect? Tyrion Cuthbert. This is the greatest thing to ever happen to me. It's the first time you've met someone that's happy to be suspected of murder. Sorry, it's not right of me to get so excited about something this serious. But it's something right out of a mystery novel. I love how he's so hyped when it comes to whatever Tyrion did in his court cases. That's not the reaction you were expecting. Nevertheless, it doesn't look like there's any incriminating thoughts in mine. The emotes that he was emanating were all positive. There wasn't a drop of fear in there. What would this mean? Either way, it looks like you found out everything you can and that you can from Aster. You should move somewhere else. Can I actually visit here now? Tyrion, you're back! Did you talk to Mr. Draco again? I did. Still not sure what to make of him just yet. But after what I've seen today, I don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening. Traces of transmutation magic on the guardrails. Regardless of their motives, someone sabotaged these rails with the intent of harming an employee at the refinery. This truly was a murder. You have to find out who did this and why. I'll represent him in court for the criminal case. Thanks! It really means a lot to me. That note, you were at the refinery when the accident occurred, am I correct? I was. May I ask you a few questions about what you saw that day? Of course, I'll do whatever I can to help. Why were you at the refinery? That's a good question. By the way, why were you at the refinery that day? Didn't you have work at the cafe? I was making a food delivery to Justin. Wait, you were delivering food to the victim? Yeah, he never had the time to make his own dinner, so I always delivered his dinner during his evening break. That night, I couldn't find him in the freight area, so I went looking for him in the refinery building. So, the accident happened while you were delivering his food. Okay. Alright, Justin's behavior. Did you talk to Justin at all before the accident? I did. When I finally found him in the refinery building, he seemed busy. He told me to leave his food in the break room. He was busy? But according to Drakugan, he should have never been in the refinery building in the first place. Did he say what he was busy with? He said he had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Drakugan. That can't be true, though. Drakugan didn't mention anything about this. Unless... What did you see? We've gotten a few witness accounts already. I just wanted to double check. What did you see during the accident? Sorry. I'm sure that it was a disturbing sight. Do you need to take a moment? No, it's okay. It happened after Justin told me to leave his food in the break room. It was my first time inside the refinery, so I spent some time looking at all of the machines. That's why I suddenly heard a strange noise, a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw Justin fall from there. I tried to find someone to help him, but no one could hear the machines, where the machines were. When I finally got them to understand what it feels like, it was already too late. Did you see the guardrail break when Justin fell off the walkway? More specifically, did it break from Justin's weight? I'm honestly not sure. I was too busy trying to find help. Okay. I have matching views across the accounts from Astor and Morrison. They saw the guardrail break. Having Rika also confirmed that would have been helpful.
Okay. But you suppose Aster and Morris's statements will have to suffice. Erika's account of what happened is a lot less detailed than Aster and Morris's. She did see Justin before the accident. You still have no idea why Justin was on that walkway in the first place. According to Rika, he said that he had a meeting scheduled with Dracogan. But this doesn't match with what Dracogan told you. Either Justin or Dracogan must be lying. In that case, you met Dracogan already. You still have no idea what kind of person Justin was. Perhaps Rika can tell you more. Justin Wei. Wait. I just realized that this is a pun. Justin Wei, aka just in the way. As in, once you find something that like is coming in front of you and you wanted to like push it aside, just in the way. That thing is just in the way. Damn. That's some good Ace Attorney style names right there. I respect that. I respect that a lot. Could you tell us more about the victim? What kind of person was he? He was a good person. He fell in with a bad crowd a few years ago. He was starting to turn his life around. I saw how much he was trying to change. So I asked Mr. Dracogan to give him a job. I really wanted to help him change his life for the better. But this job just ended up killing him. You can't blame yourself for this. No one could have known that this would happen. I guess you're right. It's hard not to think about it though. Was he the type of person to go places that he wasn't supposed to be? Not anymore. He really wanted to make a good impression on Mr. Dracogan. He always talked about following the rules. He even got mad at me a few times when I accidentally broke Dracogan's protocols. Right. That matches up with what Dracogan said. Maybe he was falling back to his old habits. Perhaps Rika can tell you more about what he was like before he turned his life around. You mentioned that Justin fell with a bad crowd before. I've also heard that he used to hang out with a band of local delinquents. Could you tell us more about them? What? Rika, this information will help us with our investigation. I need to speak with the other people who knew him. Do you know where I could find his delinquent friends? I'm sorry. I really don't know him that well. Should keep quiet. Might make him mad. Rika, are you hiding something from me? What? Of course not. No. What would the Dark Lord of Arnex possibly have to hide from you? Yeah, she's definitely hiding something. You'll need to argue against her if you want the truth. Time to argue. Also, Rika Tudor appears to be hiding something from you. She clearly knows about the bad crowd that Justin fell in with. But she's hiding who they are and where you can find them. You'll need to convince her to share that information with you.
Alright, let's do this.
Argument. Rika, you know about Justin's friends, don't you? Let's be honest with me. I'm not hiding anything. I really don't know that much about him.
Let's see what she said again.
I was that close to Justin Way. I wasn't that close to Justin Way. And that's a lie. That is a lie. That is a complete lie. I might have believed that you delivered his food because he was a good customer, but that wasn't all you did for him. You saw that he was trying to turn his life around. You begged Draguken to set him up with a job. You wouldn't do that for a customer that you barely knew. Well, that still proves nothing. I am also Rika Tudor, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flames. It's so hard to believe that I took pity of... Is it so hard to believe that I took... Let's see. Is it so hard to believe that I took pity on a stranger? I only helped him because I'm a generous person. It would be the right thing for me. I only helped him because I'm a generous person. It would only be right for me to equip a commoner with the means to change his life. Oh man, now we gotta choose? Which one are we gonna pick? We actually read that one. What if Justin fell back into his old ways? It surely brought it about the consequences on you and your business. You wouldn't take a risk like that unless you knew him well enough to recognize him. Okay, fine. I guess we're friends. Was that a JoJo pose? Maybe. There are all sorts of subtle references in this game. But like I said before, he was trying to leave his old life behind. He always kept his past as a secret from me. He didn't like talking about the person he was back then. He wanted to forget about it, but I never brought it up. It's sort of true.
We knew each other for years before he told me about it. There we go. I doubt it, Rika. In fact, I'm sure that you were friends for at least a few years. A friendship that old, I'm sure he would have confided in you about his past. Oh, got you there. What? No, you need to stay focused. Rika, I don't know why you thought you had to lie about this, but I need to talk to Justin's former friends. Is that really necessary? Yes. I need to know why he was behaving so strangely before the accident. His friends might know something about him that you and Dragoken don't. But that doesn't make any sense. There wasn't anything strange about the way he was acting. I think you're overthinking this, Tyrion. Let's see. There wasn't anything strange about the way he's acting. Let's see. It could be this one, right? Rika, he was acting very strangely. Oh, that's the wrong one. Could it be this one? Oh, there we go. Yes. You did want to overplay your hand before, but it looks like you don't have a choice now. Rika, Justin told you that he was heading to a scheduled meeting at Dragoken's office. But according to Dragoken, Justin wasn't even supposed to be in the refinery building yesterday. What? Rika, Justin might have lied to you. No, he would never do that. I need to know why he was up there. And so far, statements that I've gotten from you and Dragoken don't explain that. I need to talk to people who might know things about him that you don't. Argument 1. Nice. Okay. I'll tell you where you can find them. Just promise me that you'll be safe, okay? Successfully persuaded Musorika Tudor. Alright, where are the delinquents? Sorry, I wasn't trying to lie to you. It's okay. I was assuming you had your reasons. But I need to know where I can find Justin's old friends. You probably know already, but a few years ago, Justin got involved with a local street gang. They'd always hang out at the beach area. One day, they discovered an abandoned house along the coastline. They started spending most of their time there. Own house on the coast. It's that house, Tyrion. That's probably where you'll find Justin's old friends. So that's why you've been so secretive. What? I'm so sorry. Don't be. You were just trying to look out for me, right? I'm going to be okay. I can go there with you if you'd like. No, it's okay. I'm sure you're busy with the cafe right now. And it's not as if I'll be going alone. Alright. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? Yeah. Anything else? Alright, let's go to the abandoned house. You arrive at the old abandoned house. On looking at the home that you left behind, you're struck with a flood of memories. Those memories were once happy. But now, they only fill you with grief. Tyrion? Are you okay? Yeah, let's look around. You wipe your eyes and begin looking around the house. Suddenly, you hear the sound of glass breaking. You rush to look for the source and see two young teenagers throwing rocks at the side of the house. The shattered remains of a window are lying on the ground. Nice shot, Gavin. Occupation none. One of the teens, apparently named Gavin, notices you approaching. We've got company, yeah? Oh, Wyatt? Huh? Wyatt Erno. You stare blankly at the broken glass lying on the ground. You're at a loss of words. You feel like you should respond, but nothing ever comes out of your mouth. Suddenly, you find yourself quickly approaching the two teens. Eh? What the hell do you want? Ah! What the hell? Before you even realized what you were doing, you threw a punch straight into Gavin's face. Your eyes are slowly tearing up. You can only see red. You grab Gavin by the collar and pull his face close to yours. Get the hell away from my house! Tyrion? Oh, you wanna go? Yeah, if you came looking for trouble, you sure found it. Okay, let's all just calm down and just stay out of this, you little shit. Excuse me? What? You got cotton in your ears or something? Yes, actually. Why don't you go and repeat what you said? I said, stay out of this! You little shit! 5 minutes later. Celeste? Yes? Sorry for losing my temper right back there. I didn't mean to drag you into this. It's okay. Our emotions get the better of us sometimes. Celeste? Yes? I think you might have overdone it a bit. Nah. Celeste? Yes? I don't think he's breathing. Oh, shoot. Did she kill both of those punks? Come on. Just give him a second. Suddenly hear the very bruised and broken form of Gavin sputtering and wheezing on the ground. Looks like he's finally regained consciousness. See? He's perfectly fine. You're fine. Wyatt is staring wide-eyed at Celeste. The shaking of his legs, it looks like he wants to run away, but he's too frozen by fear to move. Don't bother running. Win with a head start. I can easily catch up to you. Anyways, these two are probably Justin's former delinquent friends, right? Are you okay with talking to them? Yes, of course. Your emotions in such disarray, you completely forgot why you came here in the first place. Did you two happen to know the young man who died at the refinery yesterday? These guys are after Justin, but he's already dead. After Justin? Is there someone with a grudge against him? Wyatt clearly thinks that you were sent on someone's behalf. Wouldn't hurt to play the part to get more information out of him. We're not here to hurt you. Well, yeah, they're already hurt. We're not here to hurt you anymore. we'd just like to ask a few questions about Justin.
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you want.
All right, you two talk. I'll work on popping Gavin's shoulder back into place. It's a little disturbing how nonchalantly she says things like that. Damn. If there's any confirmation on why Celeste is so cool, this should be it. I mean, she's already cool, but it's just another of the other examples on why she's very cool. What can you tell me about Justin Way? According to a few witnesses we spoke to, you used to be friends.
Friends is kind of pushing it. We used to hang back in the day, but we don't do no more.
But he started talking to you again. Why?
He just needed some of the old gear that he left at the house.
Old gear? What kind of old gear?
You know, Steve's tools. All the tools you need for lockpicking and safe cracking.
Tools for lockpicking and safe cracking? How would Justin need those? What would Justin need lockpicking and safe cracking tools for?
Well, he needed to get the gold that he owed your boss.
So he owed gold to someone.
Word has it that he was looking for the merchant that owns the refinery. I guess the owner trusted him a lot. Justin said that he had a way to get access to the safe at the guy's office. Justin was always a whiz when it comes to breaking and entering. He even had the tools that could crack magical locks. Getting the gold out of that safe would have been an easy score for him.
Wait, Justin was planning to rob Rakugan? Oh damn, what a twist! I mean, I thought that he was reformed from hanging out with those gangs, but to turn back into his old habits and try to steal from the employer who thinks of him very highly is just kind of rough, to be honest. Justin's death. Wyatt apparently thinks that you were sent on behalf of someone. What he said so far, Justin owed a non-trivial amount of gold to this person. This person was some kind of criminal. Could they have been the one who sabotaged the guardrail? Did Justin tell you who he owed his debt to?
Nah, man. He didn't say nothing. He might whack me too if I tell them the truth.
So he does know. There's no point in playing dumb. Just tell us what he told you. Did he give you a name?
Answer the question. The Eye Taker. He owed gold to the Eye Taker.
Eye Taker has been added to your notes. He's called the Eye Taker. We even got a picture of him too. Oh, he definitely looks like a mafia person. The Eye Taker? That must be some kind of criminal nickname. Why does that sound so familiar though? Either way, you need to find out who this Eye Taker is. Might be best to ask someone else. Let me examine. The view of the sea is just as you remember it. It's probably the only thing that hasn't changed since you left Orange. Returning to this house has brought back several memories that you have complicated feelings for. These feelings are even more confounded by the blatant vandalism committed by Gavin and Wyatt. Honestly, you'd rather leave this place as soon as possible. But what is this? Several weeds and plant life have grown since you were last here. Doesn't look like anyone else has taken care of the yard for the last few years. You suppose that's more your fault than anyone else's. Alright. Let's move. Look at the town square, I guess. Refinery. Let's go to town square. Hey, Tyrion. Yeah? The house. What was that all about? I've never seen you get that angry before. You said that it was your house. Yeah, it was my house. It was? Ever since we arrived in the city, you haven't been yourself. You want to talk about it, I'm fine. And I don't want to talk about it. You're not fine. I can see it in your face. Please, just talk to me. It's none of your business. It came out louder than you wanted it to. Celeste, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Without a word, she quickly walks ahead of you. Alright. Damn, that was... I mean, it's understandable. It's understandable because he had a lot of memories living in that house, and what happened to his mother probably hurt him really bad. So, it's understandable. Alright, let's see. Can we actually talk to him about this? Let's try moving the areas and see. No, we already did this. The harbor? A cafe? Yeah, maybe. A tavern? At least we read that. Yeah, we read that one. Okay, we could present him with this. Okay, he can't help me with that. Alright, maybe we can go to the refinery and present him with this. Drakugan, have you ever heard of a criminal named the Eye Taker?
That name does sound familiar, but I don't know much more than that. I try my best to avoid those sorts of people, you understand? Perhaps someone else might know more about them.
Alright, go to the harbor. Morrison, you know about the criminal named the Eye Taker?
The Eye Taker? Where did you hear that name?
So you do know about them.
I do. I learned to keep my distance from him over the years.
The Eye Taker is the criminal kingpin of this region. Every large criminal undertaking in this region happens under his watch. He's that big of a deal?
Of course he is.
More important, how did you hear about him? From what I heard, Justin Way owed him a huge debt.
Justin owed them?
I knew he used to run with a bunch of rogues, but I never imagined. By the scaled lord, the Eye Taker might just be involved in Justin's death. You think someone like him could be behind this? Well, there's a saying we have about what happens when you get back on his bad side. Let's just say he reminds you why he has that name. So you know who the Eye Taker is now. Definitely adds another angle to this case. There's still some elements of this that doesn't make any sense. You need to take some time to work through it all. You should go to Dr. Drakugan first. He wants to see that everything you found. Alright, let's move to Drakugan.
Hello, Mr. Cuthbert. I trust you're doing well.
We are. For the most part. We spent some time looking into the accident of the people who knew Justin. I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye.
Oh?
You spent some time explaining your findings to Drakugan. Seems troubled when you explain the traces of transmutation that you find on the guardrail. He's even more taken aback when you mention Justin's supposed plan to rob him.
This is quite a lot to take in.
Are you missing any valuables in your safe right now?
No, actually, but
What is it?
after the accident, I did a careful inspection of the building. When I checked my office, I noticed that the lock of the safe was disengaged.
The safe was open? But you said there wasn't anything missing.
That's right. When I saw the safe open like that, I was already worried that I'd been robbed. But I double-checked the contents. Everything was accounted for. Because of that, I just assumed I'd forgotten to lock it.
This doesn't make any sense. Maybe it was just a coincidence?
I might believe that it were I might believe that if it weren't where my office is located.
What do you mean?
The walkway that Justin fell leads to my office. There's a window there that overlooks the refinery.
Would explain why Justin was there in the first place.
I don't want to suspect one of my employees, especially one that isn't alive to defend himself with such accusations. But it just all fits too perfectly together, except for one thing.
Why wasn't anything stolen?
Well, regardless, I think you have a pretty good case. So, does that mean you represent me?
After what I've discovered, I just won't stand by and let Von Sanctus have his way.
Well spoken. I'm glad to have you on my side, Mr. Cuthbert.
Anyways, regardless of why, someone clearly magically tampered with the site of the accident. I doubt the court will find you at fault for what happened. Although,
What's wrong?
civil cases are a lot less strict than criminal cases. To present evidence suggesting foul play using magic, they'll treat this exactly like our other cases. Yeah, they might stall the trial until they found exactly what happened. For this accident, all we have to go on is witness accounts. Finding concrete evidence of what happened could very well be impossible. But the idea of hunting down the maid responsible sounds very tempting.
It looks like you had your work cut out for you. I just hope things turn out okay at the end.
And with Von Sanctus on the other side of this, who knows what might happen? It's best to keep your wits about. I can't believe this. I have more important things to do than resolve your petty squabbles for you.
Yes, the missing ship of your betrothed. Listen, the sooner you help me resolve this mess with Rakugin, the sooner you can return to being the prince's lapdog. That is to say, once I'm not preoccupied with this case, House Von Sanctus can provide the resources that you and your Inquisition needs.
Suppose I don't have a choice, do I? Well, at least this case should be relatively straightforward. Alright. So I guess we'll save here. Alright, this would pretty much be a good place to stop for now. I thought we were gonna take a flashback about the Eye of Horus, but we do get a little bit of background when it comes to the town where Tyrion came from and why he doesn't want to stay there. We did meet a lot of new characters in this chapter so far, including his childhood friend Rika, who apparently is pretty much a Chunibyo, just like how Tyrion was when he was young. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how the court proceedings go. So yeah, we'll try to do that next week, hopefully. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for watching either live or via the archives. Tomorrow I will be taking a break, but I'll probably try to put up a schedule by then, and I'll eventually decide on when we'll do our first watch along. So for anyone who is probably not watching live, but I did put up a poll on the Discord let me just lower the game. I did put up a poll on the Discord in order to decide for a good time, in order to have our first watch along, and it's going to be for Godzilla -1. So that movie actually came out recently on Netflix worldwide, and I'm honestly pretty interested in watching it because I've seen a lot of people review it, and the praise has been glowing, to say the least. But for those who haven't joined the Discord yet, hold on, let me just try to get the link for you guys. For those who did not join in yet, let me hop here and get the link and put it in the chat. For those who are either lurking or are going to watch the stream later, it's right there. And you can feel free to join in and vote on the poll. The poll is going to end around tomorrow morning. So if you haven't voted yet, I would appreciate it if you do. And the votes will decide on where I will actually put it on next week's schedule. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it here. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, or night, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.